You count on me. To a certain extent, you rely on me. What are you relying on me to do? Well, provide you with super cool sporting football stories that you didn't know were happening otherwise. That is my purpose. I don't exist outside of this little square that you're watching to provide you with that stuff, right? And I feel like I failed you in some ways because a lot of the stuff I've talked about recently has not been deeper dives into some of the bigger leagues in the world, like the Irish Cup, which is where we're headed today. It's been all this other shit, like some league called the Premier League that I've never even really heard of until you guys kept talking to me about it. But no, what we're talking about here is Kerry, which is a club in Ireland, Kerry FC. They're in the second division of Ireland, and not only are they in the second division of Ireland, they are 8th out of 10 teams in the second division of Ireland. Maybe if you've been around the block in Football Manager or whatever, you've seen like a Dundalk or a UC Dublin or whatever, you've probably never heard of Kerry, right? Athlone Town actually played against, I think it was Inter in the 70s in Europe, right? The history of the Irish League. I know, I'm always here for the fun, weird facts. But Kerry is down here. They're basically the 18th best team in Ireland, right? Because you've got the top flight in Ireland, which gives you the top 10 teams, obviously led by European contenders Shamrock Rovers, who are looking good for another league title. They've got 2 matches in hand. But what I want you to train your eye to is Sligo Rovers. All right, Sligo, or Sligo, but I think it's Sligo. They're in 9th out of 10. They have not had the best season. Of course, relegation is still up in the air for them. They are right next to Galway United and Waterford and have a chance to avoid any potential catastrophe. But they've not had a good year. The only good thing for them is they're still going in the Irish Cup. Sligo Rovers still going in the Irish Cup. And they get a great draw. Semi-final of the Irish Cup, they get Kerry. A team that in all of its history, Kerry has never made it, not one time, to the final of the Irish Cup. Not once. This is a team that is at no point in its history like Athlone Town, like a UC Dublin, like a Dundalk. At no point in its history has it been a contending team really in the top flight, been able to hang with the best teams, right? But Kerry FC, they've got the fever. As the FA of Ireland points out here, Kerry, they're hanging the banners. They're all excited for the cup match. But realistically, right, it's the team that's nearly going to get relegated from the second division against the team that's nearly going to get relegated from the first division. It's the only thing that Sligo has to care about. So you're going to get a result that you would, right, you're going to get a result that you would expect, right? And that starts with a third goal for Sligo Rovers. As you can see up here in the top left corner, they're already up 2-0. They score a third goal over the course of this highlight. Pretty simple shot, takes a nasty deflection and goes in. And the FA of Ireland tweets out, Sligo Rovers are heading into the next round. Owen Elding's cross is deflected into the Kerry net. Oh, no! Except, I'm probably not just making a video about Sligo Rovers' miraculous win over a team much worse than them. If you zoom it out a little bit, you will see that Kerry Football Club has said Sligo are heading where? And chirping them. Yes, it really did happen. Sligo Rovers blew a 3-goal lead with 30 minutes to go against Kerry FC. And it was awesome. Here are the highlights from the match. These are the 3 Sligo goals. Nobody cares about them, right? This is the first goal in the beautiful ground that Kerry calls home. Big goal for Kerry. Up the Care Bears. Let's go, baby. Huge. That's 1. Then they get a penalty. Top shelf, baby. Skadoosh. 77th minute. All of a sudden, it is 3-2. And then you ready for some chaos? Because I'm going to give you some chaos. Now, this might be DMCA'd, so we're going to play it in window here.
Finding in there from Stewart. Come
on, lads! Go on! Yes, Kerry! Now, as a lifelong card-carrying Kerry fan as of 5 minutes ago, I am I have never been more proud of a second division Irish team than I have been now. They're playing in front of a hedgerow, right? I did D-Day veterans having PTSD with the hedgerows all over again, but 3-3. This is monstrous. Like it is one thing for Grimsby Town to go out there and beat Manchester United in a penalty shootout at the end. It is another thing, right, for the much better team with access to significantly more resources to be playing a relegation-threatened team in the second division of Ireland and have a 3-0 lead with 30 minutes to go. But it's not like they scored 3 quick goals and then Kerry had the whole match to work their way back into this. No. And 2 of these goals were like well worked, the first and the third, and then obviously penalty always helps out with this sort of stuff. Who the hell knows what happened to this team? I actually don't know. I haven't even looked up the stats of this yet. I've just been so into the fact that it happened in the first place. And there's all sorts of different threads going on. And of course, the conclusion of the match that we got to get you to. Kerry obviously won. The stats, I mean, he was 8 shots to 5, dude. What was Sligo doing? Sleepwalking the whole game? I mean, seriously. Yeah, it takes us to extra time, and that's where you get a whole lot of different fun things happening. We'll start with Kerry FC fans singing "You're Just a Shit Galway United" at the Sligo Rovers fans just a few seconds before Kerry scored. Shout out to their knowledge of the table because Galway United is 4 goals ahead of them on goal difference. They're tied on points, so they are just a shit Galway United. I mean, that's a very accurate chirp. Where's the song, lads? There it is.
Matthew Connor, take this one. We're into 117 minutes.
So they're singing that in the 117th minute, and then this happens.
That comes to Daniel Acute. Adams, and it comes to Sean McGrath. Sean McGrath could be in. Daniel Acute! Daniel Acute! Daniel Acute! Do you believe in miracles?
He did not just pull out the 1980 Olympic hockey line, "Do you believe in miracles?" from when the U.S. amateur team beat the Russian professional team. That is a line ingrained in every American's brainstem, and he just broke it out for Kerry over Sligo, and I ain't even mad. Down 3-0, you club's never been to the Irish Cup final ever. You've got no chance at all. This is, if you leave the stadium down 3-0 in this situation, I don't even blame you. I've got no problem with anybody that would have left the stadium at this point. And come on, they didn't even need pens. This is an extra time goal. Genuinely a pretty well-worked extra time goal that it just weaseled its way into the back of the net for Kerry. They obviously hold on. They win the match 4-3, and it's just mission impossible is accomplished. Kerry wins 4-3. They're going to the Irish Cup final, dude. They are going to the Irish Cup final, which, again, I searched. They've been playing this damn cup since 1921, when it was called, the Free Republic Cup or something. I'm not even making that up. And Kerry has never been. Not one time. I did find them once on this entire sheet as one of the county local leagues that participates in this, right? There's only 2 national leagues in Ireland, right? It's the first division and the second division. Kerry, of course, in danger of being jettisoned from the national leagues entirely. They're in danger of being sent down to the provincial leagues, right? In order to to try and work their way back into the first division, which is insane, right? That's the level of team that is here. Now, the other semifinal, sorry. I have misspoke this entire time. This was the quarterfinal. I'm sorry if I overhyped it too much for you, if that makes a huge difference for you. It's still an absolutely massive match. They're not going to the final. They're going to the semifinal. I think I might have just misread something there. But they beat Sligo. Shamrock Rovers is still in. Cork City is still in. And St. Pat's against the better version of Sligo, I guess, Galway United, is the final match tomorrow. And then we will have our semifinals set. Right, we will have our semifinals set. Kerry will go out there and no doubt pull off a miraculous comeback again. There is another part of this story, though, that I've kind of been learning. The coach of Colin Healy, the guy that has led Colin Healy, the guy that has led Kerry is Colin Healy. I didn't know anything about him I'm just particularly happy for this guy now because after a Google search, apparently he was a guy that was supposed to replace Roy Keane's spot at the 2002 World Cup. But because Roy Keane was having some like back and forth thing, they weren't able to submit the squad list in time. So he was supposed to go to the World Cup, but he was unable to join the World Cup squad, which is brutal. Also, this tweet kind of led me in this direction. What a man deserves every bit of success after all he's been through personally and professionally. His wife died in April of 2024, which is just unimaginably tough to go through and sad. And so I'm just happy that this guy has managed to achieve some serious happiness here and lead Kerry to the semifinal of the Irish Cup. But maybe all of this was just me manifesting Kerry getting all the way to the final. Because if you are now not a card-carrying Kerry FC fan, the only second division team that even made it to the quarterfinal, let alone get to the semifinal with a win over Sligo Rovers from down 3 goals, I don't know what else I could tell you. You need to have an emotional investment in the Irish Cup now. You don't have a choice. Up the fighting Kerry Golds.